Konnichiwa, hello, my name is Nikki and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing this look right here. This is my fall grunge glam look. Now, I am not one who really enjoys Halloween. Now, when I say that, I mean the whole handing out candy and having kids ring your doorbell and making your dogs freak out, that kind of stuff. I do like Halloween decorations. I love eating candy. I love all the spooky shit. And I also like Halloween makeup. Now, when I say Halloween makeup, I don't mean a sugar skull that everybody does every fucking year. No, I mean this kind of makeup. Dark, grungy, kind of gothy, kind of punk rock, I guess if you want to say. Basically, this kind of look that you're seeing right here. If you guys enjoy my channel and my videos, don't forget to click that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to hit that bell notification so you actually know when I post my videos. And as per usual, my disclaimer, if you are super sensitive to profanity or if you are easily offended, this is not the place for you. I am a no filter bitch and I have no idea what's gonna come out of my mouth, so keep that in mind while you're watching. So if you guys are interested in seeing my fall grunge glam look, then just stay tuned. So first and foremost, my hair looks like complete shit. I tried to attempt to do little cute buns on my hair, and my best friend actually tried to coach me through it through a FaceTime video that ended up being like 40 minutes long just for this particular bun because my hair is a hot mess and it never ever wants to do what I need it to do. And so this is where we're at. So don't judge my hair. I am learning. So first I'm going to start off with the eyes today. I know I normally don't do eyes. I actually normally do eyes first off camera, but for some reason whenever I film, I end up doing eyes not last, but like after my complexion products. I don't know why, because I always get fallout and it's such a pain in the ass for me to try to fix it with my foundation. And so I have just been doing my eyes first off of camera, and so I'm just gonna start doing it on camera as well because it's just so much easier this way. Right now I'm just putting on the ColourPop No Filter Concealer, and this is basically the best eyeshadow base I have ever come across. I know it's a concealer, but it just works so beautifully as an eyeshadow base. It helps with the pigment, helps with blendability, and it also helps your eyeshadow last all freaking day. No creasing, no raccoon eyes, nothing like that. So I like to use this as a eyeshadow primer because it is literally the best. Now I'm going to be using two different palettes today. I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics. Now you don't have to have these colors. It's just best to use something similar like this. I love this eyeshadow palette. I feel like every pale girl needs an eyeshadow palette like this because it's all neutral colors and a lot of them are cool tone, which I like to use in the fall time. I especially like to use like the top row for transition shades because those are my favorite transition shades. And the other palette I'm going to be using is the Dose of Colors Friendcation palette by Desi and Katie. This is one of my absolute favorite palettes that I got this year. First, I'm going to go into the Urban Decay palette, and I am going to use the shade Nude. This is always the first color I use on any eyeshadow look whenever I'm using this palette. So now I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and I'm just going to put that down as my transition shade. I know it doesn't look like much, but the whole point of getting a nice blend for any kind of smoke eye or grungy look is to build up your color. So you always want to start with the lightest color first and then go on to darker colors. But because I have hooded eyes, I'm going to be showing you guys a technique that I use later on when we get into the darker colors. But for now, I'm going to go into the shade Commando, which is the second color, and I'm going to build up that transition shade with the same fluffy brush. So I have the Commando color blended out. Now I'm going to go into the Friendcation palette, and I'm going to go into this color called Necessary, which is a darker color than Commando, and I'm just going to gradually build this up a little bit more, except this time I'm going to keep it a little bit lower than the Commando color because I don't want to just keep piling on top because then you're not going to see the transition of the shades or the blending. So I'm just going to take a fluffy brush. This is my Sigma E38, which is the diffused crease. I don't have a crease, so we're just going to basically put this into the lower parts of the Commando color. So I'm going to keep it right where my crease would be. Now that I have that shade blended out, I'm going to reach back into the Naked Ultimate Basics palette, and this time I'm going to be using the shade Tempted, and I'm going to be using it on a E27, which is a detail blending brush. I'm simply going to take this and put this onto the lids of my eyes. So I'm going to keep it completely below the necessary color. So basically just like that. So what you're doing is you're going to connect the tempted color to the necessary color, and then we're going to blend it out. So once we have that color blended out, the next step is basically choose whatever folly color that you want. I actually have some swatches, some examples that I have here. Now, this is the shade that I'm going to be using right here, and this is the shade from the Friendcation palette, and it is called Girl Bye. It is this beautiful red bricky color right here that I love, which is probably most likely going to be the color that I'm going to be using today. I also have these two options right here. Now, these two colors have come from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. You most likely want to pick a color that is in this kind of shade range, so a berry, folly, berry type of color, or mauve color, or you want to keep it to these orange type of shades here. Now, these last three shades I have are from the Carroty Picante palette. Ultimately, I'm just going to stick with the Girl Bye color from the Friendcation palette. Now, I'm just giving you guys these options because you don't have to have the same palettes that I do. There are other colors out there or other brands out there who have like similar shades, and you guys just want to stick to what is affordable or what you have. I'm not trying to make you go out there and buy palettes that you don't need or you don't want. Anyway, I'm gonna use the Girl Bye shade, which is this shade right here in the Friendcation palette. I'm gonna take the same brush, which is the E27 from Sigma, and I'm going to place Girl Bye onto the lid directly. I know most people, they start in their crease and they work their way over or down. Because I have hooded eyes, I have started this new technique. It's new to me. It's just something that I was messing around with one day, and I realized, wow, this blends a lot easier for me because of my hooded eyes. So again, I'm going to take that shade Girl Bye and just place that right onto my lid. And I'm just going to keep building this up into the opaqueness that I like, to where I can really, really see the red. So once you have your fall color blended out, I'm doing fall color because who knows what color you chose. You want to go back in with a fluffy brush, and in this case, I'm just going to take my Sigma E35 blending brush, and I'm going to go back into the shade Commando and Nude in the Urban Decay palette, and I'm just going to kind of clean up my blending. And I'm just going to take whatever is on the brush after I tapped and just kind of blend this upper area, because I want to clean it up. Whenever you're doing this step, you want to do, like, I am barely touching my skin right now because I just want this to blend together. I'm not trying to pick up any eyeshadow. I'm not trying to move whatever I have on my face. I am just lightly, literally just but like barely touching the tips of the brush onto my skin. Now it looks a lot more blended. Like here you can see I have a little bit of a harsh line. I always do this step no matter what kind of eyeshadow look I'm doing. I go in with the previous colors that I have before just to kind of clean up my blending a little bit. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm basically finished with the top parts of my eyes. Now I just kind of want to make it look a little bit grungier. I don't even know if this is really grungy. Basically you can use this look with anything that you want, any kind of lip that you want, and you can make it less grungy and just more, so I guess, folly. But now I'm going to take a eyeliner and we're just going to kind of darken up the eyes a little bit. This is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil in the color Demolition. Now what I'm going to do with my pencil, I have it pretty sharpened right now, is I'm going to make a little tick at the end of my eye. So wherever my eye ends or begins, however you want to say it, and where my eyebrow ends, I'm just going to kind of like make a tick mark there. So basically I have like a little tick there, and what I'm going to do is I'm slowly going to bring this in. If you want to do this with like a regular liquid liner, that's fine. I'm actually just trying to add more depth to the end of my eye here. And next I'm just going to go along the lash line very carefully with this thing. Now that I have that on my lid and my top waterline, now it's time to go into lashes. So basically you can make this into a very, very glam fall look, or you can make this into an everyday fall look by doing these colors but a little bit less. If you want to go on the lighter side, you can skip the eyeliner, do what you want with it, customize it. It's makeup, so there are no freaking rules. Because I did say that I was going to do a grungy fall look, I do this because I don't feel like it's super grungy yet. It all goes with, you know, everything else that we're gonna put on the face. But because I am going with a glam fall look, I'm gonna pick these lashes here. These are the IKSON lashes in About Last Night, and so I'm gonna be using these dramatic bad boys to make me look super duper glam. I'm going to put on some mascara. I'm gonna be using the Milani Highly Rated Mascara. I actually wore this out of the house the other day and it lasted. It did not give me raccoon eyes. It didn't shed little pieces all over my under eye area. It didn't smudge. It didn't budge. I actually really enjoy this mascara. So this is the mascara that I'm gonna be using today. And of course, I'm gonna be curling my lashes first. So let me go ahead and do all that, and I'm going to add on my false lashes. Alrighty, that took a lot longer than it should have. I don't know why, but this lash was just being really, really wonky, and I got them on. I feel like these lashes are a little bit too long for my eye type, which is hooded eyes, and I feel like they really cover a lot of the look, but we're here to do a glam look, and this is what glam lashes look like on me, but we're going to move on. I wasn't really sure if I wanted to include like what I do with my entire face, like as far as contouring and blush, and if I use highlight and all that stuff. And I didn't know whether if you guys were interested in that or just seeing like an eye look. But instead of sitting here and doing a full face, which is gonna take for freaking ever, and this video is gonna get longer and longer, I'm gonna go ahead and just leave everything that I put on my face in the description box below, and you guys can check it out. So once I get the rest of my face done, we're gonna go ahead and do the bottom lashes. So let me get that finished, and I will see you guys in a little bit. So I have finally done the rest of my face, and as you can see, my foundation is a little bit more pale than I am, but I did get some sun this year, so give it a couple more weeks and I will be matching my foundation spot on. All right, so let's get to the lower lash line. So I'm just gonna take a simple smudge brush. This is the Real Technique smudge brush, and I'm gonna go back into the Ultimate Basics palette, and I'm just going to take Commando and Tempted together and blend those out onto the bottom lash line. And I'm gonna keep it as close to the lash line as possible and try not to go too low. So I kind of want to darken this up a little bit on the edges of my lower lash line. So I'm going to take the color Restrict right here. Is this Instinct right here. And I'm just going to take it on a flat liner brush. This is one of my BH Cosmetic brushes. And I'm basically just like tapping into the color just like that. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm going to basically push this into the lower lash line and keeping it close to the waterline, but not necessarily on the waterline. And I'm only going to bring it about 1/4 of the way in. So last finishing touches on the bottom lash line is going to be the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Demolition. I'm just going to put that onto the waterline. So I went ahead and finished aligning my waterline, and then of course I put mascara on, and now we are finally done with the eyes. Now I know you may have noticed that I didn't put any inner corner highlight or any brow highlight. I actually don't even have any highlight on my face. The thing with fall looks for me, anywhere from like September, October, November, I like to be matte. I know that sounds really contradictory to what I always say, because I always say on my channel, I hate being matte. It's not that I hate being matte or that I hate matte foundations. I just hate matte foundations that cling to my dry patches, if you get what I'm saying. And I also don't like being matte if it doesn't look good on my skin, which usually means that it clings to dry patches. So if you kind of get where I'm going with this, basically I like being matte if it looks good on my skin, if the foundation looks good on my skin. So right now I literally have not a single shimmer, shiny, glittery, whatever you want to call it, product on my face. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but whenever I think of October, November months, I think of just matte, like matte face, matte eyes, matte lip, matte everything. But once it comes into December, January, that's when I'm like, bust out the fucking glitter, because I want everything to be shiny and sparkly and just pretty and glowing. And to me, that is more December, January months. So in the next 2 months, I like to basically keep everything nice and matte, and that is including my lips. So for my lips, I have a couple of options. I like to keep my lips more of a cool tone color along with the look that I have going on. Now, one is Discontinued, I believe, or that they don't carry this shade anymore, but I just want to show you guys like what it would look like and what types of lipstick colors you could use with a look like this. So the first one is the LimeCrime in Cougar, and these are their matte velvetine liquid lips, which I absolutely love the formula because they last all fucking day long. You don't have to reapply these. Now, this is the shade Cougar right here in LimeCrime. I love this shade because it's a cool brown matte shade. I just really love it. The next color that I have here is definitely something I believe you can still purchase. I hope you can. If not, here's another similar color that you can pair with this look. This is the Too Faced, one of the peach lipsticks, and this is in the shade Got Peach. This is a very pretty burnt orange kind of color, and it feels just so good, and I love how matte it is. I love the smell of this lipstick. Now it's really hard to, I'm sorry about the swatches, they kind of stain the back of my hand, but here is the shade Got Peach, and I love it because it's such a cool tone orange. Like, I don't know if you guys see that, but it's not like super duper warm tone like a bright orange or like a pumpkin orange. It's just in between cool and warm, like right there, that sweet spot that is kind of both. So as you can see, these are both kind of more on the cool tone side, and so with my eye look, basically either one of these colors will suffice. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with the shade Cougar from LimeCrime because I just absolutely love this, especially in the fall time, because it's such a nice shade. So let me go ahead and apply this. All right, you guys, so this is the finished look. I hope you guys like it. All I did was throw on a choker and some earrings. Now, I don't know what the hell happened with chokers. Like, we were there for a minute and then all of a sudden they disappeared, but I would like my 90s fantasy back, please. Anyways, this I feel completely just puts this look together, and I love this look so much. This is probably something that I'm going to be rocking all fall long, and honestly, I love it. So I hope you guys loved it too. I wanted to keep everything nice and simple. Again, I know I didn't share with you guys what exactly I did with my face, but the main point I can give you is to keep it matte. If you want to add shimmer, go ahead. Like I said, there's no freaking rules in makeup. So if you want to add a highlight, go ahead. I feel like I look okay with just this natural highlight that I got from the primer and whatever else is going on, but I did set my face. Everything was matte at one point, and so I don't know where this glow came from, but it's there. But I have not put anything glowy on my skin today. Everything has just been completely matte, and whatever wasn't matte was set to be matte. So this is my fall grunge glam look, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope it was easy to follow. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it for you. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to click that big red button that says subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit that bell notification so you actually know when I post my videos. And as always, if you have any tips, tricks, questions, comments, or if you simply want to talk shit, leave it all in the comment section below, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.